Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. There is a record label in Delaware, been here for a long, long time, and they have produced some hit records. I want to introduce you to the co-founder and co-owner of Jade Tree Records. Darren Walters is your name. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thanks for being in here.
Thanks.
So why a record label?
Well, because I had to find something to do if I wasn't going to be a superstar.
And you wanted to be a superstar. You thought
did.
you were going to be a superstar at a certain age.
Well, thought? No. Believed I was. I had a belief that I was going to be an incredible rock star growing up, probably like most kids. And once I grew up performing in bands. And once I was about in my late teens, early college age, I realized that that dream was not going to happen. I just realized I didn't have what it took.
But you still wanted to be involved in music.
I still wanted to be involved. Especially the scene that I came out of, which is the punk scene. It's all about doing it yourself. And I saw that there was a lot of individuals around me being creative, releasing records, putting out magazines, doing their own thing. And I realized that I could be a part of that, and that my thing was to be a business person and to put out records.
So what was the most difficult part of that? Well, and by the way, how old were you at this point?
I was 18 when I founded my first record label prior to Jade Tree.
And this was, Jade Tree was 1990s, so your
right,
first
so this
record
was about 1988.
88, and then what did you hook up with someone else
Right,
at that
I hooked
point?
up with another friend, Tim Owen, and we founded Jade Tree together.
Okay, let's talk about Jade Tree.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Very early on, a record label, I mean, there were some big record labels at that time.
Oh,
I
yes.
know music was starting to change around there, but there were some still big record labels at that time and big record companies. And you decided you wanted to be an independent. Like, what was your niche? How do you attract artists to a smaller record label?
Well, the thing about being an independent record label is that you're almost always squarely in opposition to the major record labels. So what you have to offer, especially at that time, or really throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s when we began, is that you're working in a niche market where the major labels are almost never looking at the kind of opportunities that you're looking at as an independent record label. So for instance, they're not looking at the kind of music first and foremost, okay? So when you're a large record label, you are examining bands and artists that have the opportunity to sell to millions, for instance. For a company like Jade Tree, we're looking to work with artists who, first and foremost, speaking directly for Jade Tree, my partner Tim and I wanted to work with artists who we liked, who we thought could be part of our family, and who we thought could sell anywhere between a couple of thousand records to a couple of 100,000 records, okay? So that can all be determined, or rather the sales can be determined by the amount of work that we put into it and by the fan base that we can grow, all sort of based on the work that we do ourselves. And you can help grow that fan base based on a number of factors which are well within your reach.
And do you go out to find artists? Is this what you did?
Oh, yeah.
Do you go to clubs and you go?
Exactly.
And who were the biggest artists you found?
To date, our biggest artists are Jets to Brazil, Pedro the Lion, Kid Dynamite, Lifetime, Promise Ring.
Are they still with you?
The ones that are still together are. Yes. But we also have a healthy
rock story.
Yeah, we also have a healthy reissue going on with our catalog. Since we've been together 25 years as a business, and a lot of the formats, for example, vinyl has come back. We're now reissuing, although the Promise Ring is no longer a band, we're reissuing their entire catalog on vinyl right now. And that's turning out to be highly successful because vinyl, no one wanted it 10 years ago. Now we're reissuing it, and people are really picking that up.
When I looked at the write-up on you, I saw 1990, I thought, wow, a small record label has existed for all these years. And so how are you doing now?
We're doing great. We're doing great. As I said, we're in our 25th year. And look, it's not easy. It's like running any other small business. But again, part of the reason we're still here is because of our fans. Again, that's what's great about running a small independent record label, is that because we're in touch with our fans, we can understand what they want as much as they understand what we want. We don't make any claim to be any better than any other record label. Again, Jade Tree is very much a reflection of what Tim and I like. So we always are investing ourselves 100% in the music that we like and the people that we personally are interested in.
We got to go, but is there a new artist? Is there somebody we should be listening to that you're excited about?
Very much so. You Blew It, Sprainerd, Dogs on Acid. There are 3 artists right off the bat.
Give me again, You Blew It.
You Blew It, Sprainerd, and Dogs on Acid.
Because I know this is the big thing. I have kids,
Yes.
and all they want to do is find new music.
Exactly.
So they'll search them. I really appreciate you
All right,
coming in.
thank you for having me.
And great luck. And again, that's impressive. It
Thanks.
really is impressive that you've been able to navigate these waters. Darren Walters from Jade Tree Records. That wraps up Delaware Way for this week. Thanks so much for joining us. Stick around for another thing.